Hello, and welcome to Andre's YouTube vlog for March 10th, 2012. Well, as you can see from the video quality on this, I actually am using a brand new webcam, which I can't actually show you in person on this particular video because I'm using it, but this is the box that it came in. It is a Logitech C310 HD 720p style webcam, and so far it seems to work a little bit better. It takes a little bit more of energy off the CPU on the computer to use it, but you get your trade-offs. But the other one, the Rocketfish, just wasn't behaving itself like the first one, and I had to do something about it. Well, I have a couple of things to talk to you about today. Now, as all of you know, all across America, tomorrow, 2 a.m., is daylight savings time. It's one of my favorite times of the year. It means that spring is less than 2 weeks away, and it means we gain an extra hour or two of daylight each day, which is great for making these videos. I love the extra daylight. I know we have to lose an hour or so of sleep, but, springing ahead definitely beats falling back to me. And on a somewhat more somber note, either tomorrow or today, I don't remember how exactly it works mathematically, but this is actually the 1-month anniversary of the passing of Whitney Houston. Now, I just got this new issue of Rolling Stone. It came in the mail. You can see a picture of Whitney on the cover, looking to the skies. Actually, it's a very telling portrait of her. I actually rather like that one. And I've been thinking a lot about Whitney Houston and how I feel about her 1 month later. Well, I read the article in this Rolling Stone about Whitney, and here's my opinion. The article described Whitney as a woman who, of course, came from a very, very musical family. Her mother and Aretha Franklin, she wasn't a family member, but she might as well have been, and Dionne Warwick and Dee Dee. And, her mother always made sure that she pushed her toward having an independent streak. But when she got into the industry, between modeling in her late teens and getting into the music industry, getting involved with Arista and Clive Davis in the early to mid 80s, she realized that the pressure was always on to be commercial, to be seen, to be popular. And now Whitney, the one thing I remember when she came out is you could tell in her voice and her style that she came right from the gospel, right from the old soul way of singing. And as she got more popular, she began to take her music a lot more seriously and wanted to branch out and do new things. She mentioned Linda Ronstadt in the article. Now, in 1988, she was nominated and won a few awards at the Soul Train Awards that year. And when she went up to the podium with Clive Davis to accept her award, she got a round of boos. And she wondered why. She built up a lot of confidence between her first and her second album, and after that it started to erode because she realized in gaining a popular audience, or as they call it sometimes, her honorary pop pass, people in the black community that had once embraced her and her family rejected her for perhaps going pop or whatever, or having pop hits. And the pressure just got too much for her to bear. It wasn't long after that to a life of drug addiction and bad marriages. And when it comes down to it, Whitney just did not have the emotional stuff inside to deal with the pressure. That doesn't mean that she wasn't a good celebrity. It just meant she was a human being. And with the expectations that celebrities are forced to live with these days, it's very hard to be human. And that, I think, is how I feel about Whitney right now. She was a human, and because of the ignorance that we have for even having a separate music chart, R&B, which usually means black radio, a term I very much dislike, and pop, which usually means white radio, I like that even less. Since we have still that one element of segregation left in society, I think you can't afford to be anything less than totally strong to be involved in music today. And we have her records. We have records to listen to, but she's no more. We need people out there who can handle it. Whitney couldn't, but we need people who can. And that, I hope, is the message that Whitney Houston's life will be remembered for. And it will be both a happy tale in one sense, but a cautionary in the other. Always remember, keep a strong head on your shoulder. You'll need it if you really want to be a good artist of any sort. Talk to you next time, and happy daylight savings time.